Yeah, sorry. Winter is my first name. Winter Golden. I am 15 years old.
Last name Golden?
Yes, like the color. So
Thank you.
I strongly advise opposing this bill because like I was once very suicidal, and that's mainly because I had a bad therapist and couldn't get the help I get. I've had trans friends and still have them that are really suicidal, and well, because they don't feel love, they're not getting the help and care they need. And that's very important because, like, coming from a trans person, if I didn't get the help eventually, such as hormones and blockers, I'm gonna be real, I don't even know if I'd be alive right now. But also, it's very important to support young kids instead of take away. And yeah, and I kind of lost my train of thought. Questions are welcome.
Okay. Hey, Representative Weber.
Huh? Thank you.
Representative Weber.
Thank you, and thank you very much for taking my question. My question is, could you tell us a little more about your life before you started taking hormones and after, and what changes you saw?
Okay, so
If you're willing to discuss that, I don't want to be intrusive.
No, it's okay. I'm totally fine with it. So I would like cross-dress in this Little Orphan Annie costume when I was about like, I don't know, 3 years old. I remember it vaguely, and I would wear this fairy costume constantly when I was like 4 after going trick-or-treating. And honestly, once, like, I had major depression beforehand because I don't think mom and dad knew what trans was. I didn't know what trans was. I didn't have the language to describe it. And so when I did, yeah, everything changed. When they started to raise me as a girl, I felt whole again. And before all that, I would that was basically it. I was happy and it was great until one day I hit a tiny bit of male puberty. I got the blockers and it really helped me out emotionally. And later on, in a nutshell, long story short, got the hormones, and I find it very important and very meaningful, and strongly recommend you oppose this bill.
Thank you very much.
Of course.
Okay, thank you. Representative Kesselring.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you for taking my question. So you mentioned that you had changed therapists. I'm just curious if the new therapist that you have recommended the therapy that you're currently doing or the course of action that you're doing.
My old therapist was a jerk who honestly was unsupportive and wasn't very nice and wasn't really a good person. So I switched to a therapist I used to have when I was 9 who was actually trans himself, and it just kind of happened because my old therapist was uneducated and I couldn't get the care I needed. So no, they didn't set me up with a new therapist. I got this one myself.
Representative DeLamus.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. How old were you when you started the actual therapy, the blocker?
10 years old.
You were 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
Any other questions? Thank you. All set.
Of course.